If you are over 60, stop what you are doing and listen to this. What if I told you that the healthy fish dinner you're planning this week could be a ticking time bomb for your heart and brain? It sounds alarming, but the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, has issued explicit warnings that certain popular fish contain dangerously high levels of mercury, a potent neurotoxin. For a senior, this isn't just a mild concern, it's a direct threat to your memory, your nerve function, and your cardiovascular health. This isn't scaremongering, it's a critical, underreported fact. We're talking about a silent poison that builds up in your system over years, and the fish you choose can either be your greatest medicine or your most hidden enemy. We see it in practice all the time. A patient, let's call him Mark, a wonderful gentleman in his late 70s, came to me with persistent brain fog, tingling in his hands, and a worrying heart flutter. His diet was pristine, he thought. He was eating fish 3 times a week, believing he was doing everything right for his heart, but he was eating the wrong fish. The very food he trusted was contributing to his cognitive decline and putting his heart in jeopardy. This isn't just about avoiding a stomachache. This is about preventing irreversible nerve damage, protecting yourself from a sudden, life-altering cardiac event, and safeguarding the independence you cherish. Ignoring this could mean the difference between a future of active, vibrant living and one plagued by confusion, weakness, and a constant fear of falling or forgetting. But here is the promise. Knowledge is power. In this video, I am going to arm you with the crucial information you need. We will expose the 4 fish that you, as a senior, should never touch. The number 1 fish on this list is a shocking and common staple in many American homes. Experts have found it can contain mercury levels that are dangerously high. But more importantly, we will then reveal the 4 fish you absolutely must eat. These are the nutritional heroes of the sea, packed with heart-protecting omega-3s, brain-boosting vitamins, and bone-strengthening minerals that can actively fight against the very issues that worry you most: heart disease, memory loss, and frailty. Stay with me, because making this simple switch in your diet could be one of the most important health decisions you make all year. Hello and welcome to Senior Wellness Advisor. I'm so glad you've chosen to be here today. Taking control of your health is a journey, and every piece of knowledge is a step in the right direction. Before we dive in, do me a favor and type "I'm watching" in the comments below, and maybe let us know where you're watching from. It's wonderful to see our community of proactive seniors grow every single day. Now, let's get straight to it. We're going to start with the fish you must avoid. This is the information that is critically important for you to hear, the part that could protect you from untold harm. We will build our case from number 4, the concerning, to number 1, the absolute worst offender. On number 4th of the fish you should never touch, we have farmed tilapia. Now, I know what you're thinking. Tilapia is everywhere. It's affordable, it has a mild flavor, and it's often promoted as a healthy, low-fat source of protein. And while that's partially true, the story of farmed tilapia is a stark example of how the way our food is raised can turn a potential friend into a foe, especially for your heart and joints. The problem isn't the fish itself, in its natural state. The problem lies in modern, intensive fish farming practices. Wild tilapia eat algae and plants, which results in a healthy nutritional profile. Farmed tilapia, however, are often raised in crowded pens and fed a diet of corn and soy pellets. This unnatural diet dramatically changes the type of fat they contain. Instead of being rich in beneficial omega-3 fatty acids, farmed tilapia becomes unnaturally high in omega-6 fatty acids. Now, your body needs a balance of both omega-3s and omega-6s. Omega-3s are powerfully anti-inflammatory. They are what makes fish like salmon so good for you. They calm inflammation in your blood vessels, protect your heart, and soothe aching joints. Omega-6s, on the other hand, can be pro-inflammatory when consumed in excess without enough balancing omega-3s. A diet heavy in processed foods and certain oils is already overloaded with omega-6s. When you eat farmed tilapia, you are often getting a huge dose of these inflammatory fats, with very little of the good omega-3s to counteract them. Some studies have suggested the inflammatory potential of farmed tilapia is even worse than that of bacon. For a senior already battling arthritis, joint stiffness, or worried about heart disease, which is fundamentally a disease of inflammation, Consistently eating farmed tilapia is like throwing fuel on a fire. Think about it for a moment. Take a moment to close your eyes and visualize this. Your knees ache when you get out of bed. Your hands feel stiff in the morning. That's inflammation. Now imagine eating a meal that, instead of calming that fire, actually stokes it, making the pain a little worse, the stiffness a little more pronounced. Each mouthful is a vote for struggle or for strength. This is what we're talking about. The chronic, low-grade inflammation spurred by a poor omega-6 to omega-3 ratio can damage blood vessels, leading to a higher risk of heart disease and stroke. It can worsen the pain of osteoarthritis, making it harder to walk, to garden, to simply stay active and independent. I remember a patient, Martha, who was struggling terribly with her arthritis. Her hands were so swollen and painful, she could barely knit for her grandchildren anymore. She was eating tilapia twice a week, thinking it was the right thing to do for her diet. We swapped it out for one of the heart-healthy fish we'll discuss later, and within a couple of months, the change was remarkable. Her inflammation markers in her blood work went down, and more importantly, she called me, overjoyed, to tell me she had started knitting again. Her story is a testament to the power of making informed choices. While tilapia is not high in mercury, its inflammatory fat profile makes it a poor choice for seniors who need to be doing everything possible to protect their joints and their cardiovascular system. If you see tilapia on a menu, ask if it's wild-caught. If they don't know, or if it's farmed, it's best to choose something else. Your joints and your heart will thank you. On number 3 of our list to avoid, we have swordfish. This is a fish that the FDA specifically and emphatically warned certain populations to avoid due to its extremely high mercury content. And while the strongest warnings are for pregnant women and children, the danger for seniors is just as real and far too often ignored. Mercury is a heavy metal and a potent neurotoxin. It acts as a poison to your nervous system. For an older brain and body, which are already more vulnerable to stress and degeneration, this is a risk you simply cannot afford to take. How does a swordfish get so toxic? It's a process called biomagnification. Mercury is released into the environment from natural sources and industrial pollution, and it settles in our oceans. Tiny organisms absorb it. Small fish eat those organisms. Larger fish eat the smaller fish, and so on. At each step up the food chain, the mercury becomes more and more concentrated. Swordfish are large, long-living predators at the top of this chain, so they accumulate some of the highest levels of mercury found in any seafood. One study found that 80% of swordfish samples purchased from supermarkets had mercury levels that exceeded the FDA's own action level of 1 part per million. That's a staggering number. Take a moment to think about what this means for your health. The primary target of mercury is your brain and nervous system. For seniors, the symptoms of mercury toxicity can be insidious and easily mistaken for just getting older. Are you experiencing brain fog, memory lapses, numbness, or a tingling sensation in your hands and feet? Tremors, difficulty with balance and coordination? While these can have many causes, chronic exposure to mercury from a food source like swordfish can absolutely be a contributing factor, or it can make existing neurological issues worse. It's a silent thief, eroding your cognitive function and physical stability from the inside out. Every bite of a high-mercury fish like swordfish is a gamble with your most precious asset, your mind. Let's bring back our patient, Mark. A key part of his diet, he proudly told me, was a grilled swordfish steak every other week, which he bought from a nice fish market. He thought it was a luxury, a healthy treat. He had no idea he was systematically poisoning his nervous system. The tingling in his hands wasn't just a circulation issue, it was a classic sign of neurotoxicity. The senior moments he joked about were being dangerously amplified. Removing swordfish and other high-mercury fish from his diet was a critical first step in his recovery. We cannot turn back the clock on all age-related changes, but we can and we must remove the poisons we are unknowingly putting into our bodies. The FDA's data shows swordfish has an average mercury concentration of nearly 1 part per million ppm. For context, a fish we'll talk about later, salmon, has an average of just 0.2 ppm. The difference is astronomical. Please, for the health of your brain, your nerves, and your very independence, leave the swordfish in the sea. On number 2 of fish to avoid, we have shark. Often sold in restaurants or markets as shark steaks, this is a fish you must avoid for the very same reasons as swordfish, but often the danger is even more pronounced. Like swordfish, sharks are at the absolute top of the marine food chain. They live long lives and consume many other fish, leading to an extreme accumulation of mercury in their flesh. The FDA places sharks squarely on its choices to avoid list because of these dangerously high mercury levels. There is no ambiguity here. This is a direct warning from the nation's leading food safety authority. The average mercury level in shark meat is shockingly high, rivaling and sometimes even exceeding that of swordfish. We're talking about levels that can pose a significant threat to anyone, but especially to the delicate and aging nervous system of a senior. The health risks are identical to those from swordfish: profound neurological damage. This can manifest as a slow, creeping decline in cognitive function, the kind that might make you worry about Alzheimer's. It can affect your fine motor skills, making tasks like buttoning a shirt or writing a letter frustratingly difficult. It can also disrupt your balance, increasing your risk of a fall, one of the most devastating events a senior can experience, often leading to a loss of independence and a cascade of other health problems. Let's use our thinking moment again. Imagine you're walking across your living room. Suddenly, you feel a moment of unsteadiness. Your foot doesn't land quite where you expected it to. You catch yourself, but your heart is pounding. For a moment, your own home felt unsafe. Now, what if that feeling of instability became more frequent? This is not just a hypothetical fear. It is a direct consequence of the kind of nerve damage that mercury can inflict. Your sense of balance, your proprioception, your body's ability to know where it is in space, is controlled by your nervous system. Poisoning that system with high mercury fish is like intentionally fraying the very wires that keep you stable and upright. Furthermore, sharks and other large predators can accumulate other industrial toxins like polychlorinated biphenyls, or PCBs. These are nasty man-made chemicals that were banned decades ago but persist in the environment, particularly in our oceans. PCBs are linked to a host of health problems, including cancer, immune system dysfunction, and you guessed it, neurological problems. So when you eat shark, you're not just getting a dose of mercury, you could be getting a cocktail of other harmful, long-lasting industrial poisons. It's a double jeopardy for your health. Sometimes shark is sold under different names, like flake or dogfish, which can be misleading. It's a marketing tactic to make a less appealing fish sound better. Be vigilant. If you're not sure what kind of fish it is, ask directly. If it's shark, under any name, the answer is a firm no. There are so many wonderful, safe, and delicious fish in the sea. There is absolutely no reason to eat one that carries such a high toxic load and poses such a direct threat to your brain, your stability, and your long-term health. It's a biochemical threat lurking where you least expect it. And on number 1 of the fish you should never touch, we have king mackerel and tilefish from the Gulf of Mexico. I've grouped these two together because they share the unfortunate distinction of being among the most mercury-laden fish you can find, and the FDA warning against them is absolute and unequivocal. King mackerel and tilefish from the Gulf of Mexico are fish that no senior should ever, under any circumstances, consume. This is not a suggestion, it is a critical health imperative. Let's start with king mackerel. It's important to distinguish it from Atlantic mackerel, which we will actually be discussing on our must-eat list. This is a perfect example of why details matter. King mackerel is a much larger fish than its Atlantic cousin, and due to its predatory nature and longer lifespan, it accumulates mercury to alarming levels. The FDA lists king mackerel in its highest mercury category, a choice to be avoided by everyone. The average mercury concentration is dangerously high, often testing at levels that can quickly lead to toxic buildup in the body. Then there is tilefish, specifically the kind caught in the Gulf of Mexico. This particular fish has gained infamy for having one of the highest mercury concentrations of all commercial fish, even higher than swordfish and shark. The FDA data is stark and undeniable. Eating this fish is not a risk, it's a certainty of consuming a significant dose of a dangerous neurotoxin. The danger is so clear that the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, also joins the FDA in warning consumers away from it. When multiple government health agencies are in complete agreement on avoiding a specific food, we must listen. For a senior, consuming fish with this level of mercury is like playing Russian roulette with your health. The potential for severe, and in some cases irreversible, neurological damage is immense. We've talked about the brain fog, the memory loss, the tremors. With fish this toxic, the onset can be faster and the effects more severe. It can accelerate cognitive decline, worsen symptoms of neuropathy, and significantly impair your balance and coordination, dramatically increasing the risk of a life-altering fall. These heavy metals can also place a tremendous strain on your kidneys and your heart. The body struggles to detoxify and eliminate these poisons, putting a burden on organ systems that may already be compromised by age. I want you to really let this sink in. A single meal of king mackerel or Gulf tilefish can deliver a dose of mercury that far exceeds safe weekly limits. Think of your body like a bucket. Every time you eat a high mercury fish, you're pouring a little bit of poison into that bucket. Your body can slowly try to get rid of it, but if you keep adding more poison faster than your body can eliminate it, the bucket overflows. That overflow is what we call toxicity, and it manifests as disease, disability, and a loss of the vitality you are fighting so hard to maintain. My patient Mark's story had a turning point. After we identified his high mercury fish consumption, we did a heavy metals test. His mercury levels were alarmingly high. Removing the swordfish and ensuring he avoided all the fish on this list was step one. We then put him on a protocol to help his body detoxify, which included a diet rich in the good fish we are about to discuss. The change over the next 6 months was nothing short of miraculous. The tingling in his hands vanished. His mind felt clearer than it had in years. His energy returned. He felt like he got his life back. This is the power of removing the poison and adding the medicine. Please, I implore you, check the labels, ask the fishmonger, be your own health advocate. Never ever eat king mackerel or tilefish from the Gulf of Mexico. Now, that was the scary part. It's information you needed to hear, but now let's turn a corner. Let's move from fear to empowerment. Let's talk about the incredible, life-giving fish that you should be adding to your diet. These are the fish that will build you up, protect you, and help you thrive. And if you're finding this information valuable, please consider liking this video and subscribing to Senior Wellness Advisor. It helps us reach and empower more seniors just like you. Now for the good news, let's build your heart-healthy, brain-boosting grocery list, starting with number 4. On number 4 of the fish you must eat, we have cod. Especially popular in the form of fish and chips, cod has a reputation for being mild and perhaps a bit plain, but don't let its subtlety fool you. From a health perspective, particularly for seniors, cod is a quiet champion. It's a fantastic source of lean, high-quality protein and several key nutrients without the risks associated with the fish we just discussed. Its mercury levels are low, placing it firmly in the FDA's best choices category, meaning it's safe to eat multiple times a week. First and foremost, cod is an excellent source of protein. A single serving provides a significant amount of this crucial macronutrient, which is absolutely essential for seniors. As we age, we naturally face a condition called sarcopenia, which is the progressive loss of muscle mass and strength. This is what leads to frailty, weakness, and a higher risk of falls. Combating sarcopenia requires adequate protein intake, and the protein in cod is high quality and easily digestible. Building and maintaining muscle is not about vanity, it's about stability, mobility, and independence. It's about having the strength to get up from a chair with ease, carry your own groceries, and play with your grandchildren without fear. But the benefits of cod go far beyond just protein. It is a powerhouse of specific B vitamins, particularly vitamin B12 and niacin, vitamin B3. Vitamin B12 is critical for nerve function and energy production. Many seniors are unknowingly deficient in B12, which can lead to fatigue, weakness, and neurological symptoms like the tingling and numbness we discussed earlier. Getting enough B12 from your diet is a frontline defense against these issues. Niacin, on the other hand, has been shown to help manage cholesterol levels, a key factor in heart health. Furthermore, cod is a good source of phosphorus, which works with calcium to build strong bones, and selenium, a powerful antioxidant that helps protect your cells from damage. And while it's not an oily fish, cod does contain beneficial omega-3 fatty acids, which contribute to its heart protective effects. Studies have shown that regular consumption of lean fish, like cod, is associated with a lower risk of heart disease and stroke. The omega-3s in cod help to lower blood pressure and reduce triglycerides, keeping your cardiovascular system running smoothly. There's even evidence suggesting that eating baked or broiled fish like cod weekly can help protect brain health and may reduce the risk of developing Alzheimer's disease by preserving more gray matter in the brain. Think about the simple, comforting nature of a perfectly cooked piece of cod. It's not flashy, but it's reliable. It's the steady friend of the sea. You can bake it with lemon and herbs, broil it with a sprinkle of paprika, or flake it into a hearty chowder. It's an easy and delicious way to deliver a host of essential nutrients to your body. For a senior looking for a safe, reliable, and effective way to support their muscles, bones, brain, and heart, cod is an absolutely outstanding choice. On number 3 of our must-eat list, we have Atlantic mackerel. This is not the king mackerel we warned you about. Atlantic mackerel is a smaller, non-predatory fish that is one of the richest sources of heart-healthy omega-3 fatty acids on the planet. It's an oily fish that packs a serious nutritional punch, and because of its low position on the food chain, its mercury levels are also very low, making it another one of the FDA's best choices. The standout feature of Atlantic mackerel is its incredible omega-3 content. These fatty acids, particularly EPA and DHA, are superstars when it comes to senior health. Their most celebrated benefit is for the heart. Omega-3s work in multiple ways to protect your cardiovascular system. They can help lower blood pressure, reduce triglycerides, a type of fat in your blood that can increase heart disease risk, slow the development of plaque in your arteries, and reduce the likelihood of heart attack and stroke. The American Heart Association recommends eating fatty fish like mackerel at least twice a week for precisely these reasons. Let's create a mental image. Picture your arteries as flexible, smooth highways. As we age, and with a diet high in inflammatory foods, those highways can become stiff and clogged with plaque like a bad traffic jam. This is atherosclerosis, and it's what leads to high blood pressure, heart attacks, and strokes. The omega-3s in Atlantic mackerel are like a world-class road crew. They help keep the highway walls flexible, reduce the inflammation that causes plaque buildup, and keep the traffic flowing smoothly. This isn't just a nice idea, it's a well-documented physiological effect. But the benefits of this oily fish don't stop with the heart. Those same omega-3s are vital for brain health. Your brain is made up of about 60% fat, and a large portion of that is DHA, one of the key omega-3s found in mackerel. Consuming enough DHA is linked to better memory, improved cognitive function, and a lower risk of age-related mental decline and dementia. It literally provides the building blocks to maintain and repair your brain cells. Furthermore, Atlantic mackerel is one of the best natural sources of vitamin D. Many seniors are deficient in vitamin D, which is essential not only for bone health, by helping you absorb calcium, but also for immune function and mood regulation. Low vitamin D levels are linked to a higher risk of osteoporosis, falls, and even depression. Martha, the patient who struggled with arthritis, found incredible relief when she switched from inflammatory farm tilapia to omega-3-rich fish. Atlantic mackerel became one of her new favorites. She would gently pan-fry a fillet with some herbs, and she felt she was not just eating a meal, but taking her medicine. The high concentration of anti-inflammatory omega-3s directly addressed the root cause of her joint pain, helping to lubricate her joints from the inside out and calm the fires of inflammation. It's affordable, it's delicious, and its health benefits are profound. Whether you enjoy it grilled, smoked, or baked, making Atlantic mackerel a regular part of your diet is a powerful strategy for protecting your heart, sharpening your mind, and strengthening your body. Just be absolutely sure it's Atlantic mackerel, not king mackerel. On number 2 of the best fish to eat, we have sardines. Prepare to be amazed by the mighty power of this tiny fish. These small, oily fish are, without exaggeration, one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet, and they are an absolute godsend for seniors. They are inexpensive, incredibly convenient, and because they are small and sit at the very bottom of the food chain, they have extremely low levels of mercury and other contaminants, making them one of the safest seafood choices available. Let's start with the bones. Yes, the bones. Canned sardines are typically consumed whole, including the tiny, soft, edible bones. This makes them one of the absolute best natural sources of calcium you can eat. We all know that osteoporosis, the condition of brittle bones, is a major concern for seniors. It leads to a dramatically increased risk of fractures from falls. Getting enough calcium is essential to maintaining bone density, and sardines deliver it in a highly absorbable form alongside vitamin D and phosphorus, two other nutrients critical for bone health. Eating sardines is like building a suit of living armor for your skeleton. Of course, like mackerel, sardines are bursting with anti-inflammatory, heart-protective omega-3 fatty acids. They are a fantastic way to meet the American Heart Association's recommendations and protect yourself against cardiovascular disease. But sardines offer a unique symphony of other nutrients that are particularly beneficial for older adults. They are loaded with vitamin B12, which, as we've discussed, is crucial for nerve health and energy. Many seniors have difficulty absorbing B12 from other foods, but the form in sardines is readily available. A single can of sardines can provide well over 100% of your daily B12 needs. They are also a great source of iron, which helps fight fatigue, and potassium, which helps to control blood pressure. Think about the convenience and affordability. In a world of expensive superfoods, a simple can of sardines for a couple of dollars offers more concentrated nutrition than almost anything else in the supermarket. You don't need to be a chef to prepare them. You can mash them with a little avocado and spread it on whole grain toast. Toss them into a salad for a protein boost, or mix them into a pasta sauce. They are a quick, easy, and powerful tool for your health. My patient Mark, after his Mercury scare, became a huge advocate for sardines. He was initially hesitant about the taste, but when he understood the immense benefits for his brain, for his heart, and for rebuilding his strength, he gave them a try. He found a brand packed in olive oil that he loved and started having them for lunch twice a week. He noticed his energy levels improve, and he had the peace of mind of knowing he was consuming a food that was pure, clean, and powerfully medicinal. Don't overlook this humble little fish. Its power to protect your bones, heart, and brain is truly extraordinary. Before we reveal our number one fish, if you haven't already, please take a moment to share this video with a friend or family member over 60. This is information that could truly change or even save a life. At Senior Wellness Advisor, we believe in building a community of health, and sharing vital knowledge is the cornerstone of that mission. Thank you for being a part of it. And on number one, the undisputed king of healthy fish, we have wild-caught salmon. When it comes to the single best fish a senior can eat for all-around health, combining safety, accessibility, and an unmatched nutrient profile, nothing comes close to wild-caught salmon, particularly from clean waters like those of Alaska. It is the complete package for protecting your heart, fortifying your brain, and maintaining your physical strength. What makes wild-caught salmon number one? It's the synergy of all its benefits. First, it is one of the richest sources of the long-chain omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA. These are the most potent and beneficial types of omega-3s. Study after study has confirmed their incredible power to reduce the kind of chronic inflammation that is the root cause of so many age-related diseases, from heart disease to arthritis. A landmark study published in the journal Neurology found that older adults who consumed fatty fish like salmon regularly had significantly less age-related brain shrinkage and performed better on memory tests. Think about that. Eating this fish can literally help keep your brain younger and sharper. Beyond the omega-3s, wild-caught salmon is packed with high-quality protein, essential for fighting off muscle loss and keeping you strong and stable on your feet. It also contains a unique antioxidant called astaxanthin. This is the compound that gives salmon its beautiful pink color, and it is a powerful anti-inflammatory agent that works throughout your body to protect your cells from damage. It's particularly good for skin health and may even help protect your eyes. Salmon is also a good source of potassium, which helps to regulate blood pressure, and a spectrum of B vitamins, including B12, that are vital for energy and neurological health. It is crucial to emphasize wild-caught. Much like the tilapia we discussed, farmed salmon has a different and often inferior nutritional profile. Farmed salmon is often fed an unnatural diet, may contain higher levels of contaminants like PCBs, and typically has a less favorable ratio of omega-3 to omega-6 fats. Wild salmon, which eats a natural diet of smaller fish and krill, is cleaner and nutritionally superior. Yes, it can be more expensive, but think of it as an investment in your most valuable asset, your health. Canned wild-caught salmon is a more affordable option that still provides all the same incredible benefits. Let's have one final thinking moment. Close your eyes and picture yourself 10 years from now. Do you see a person who is active, engaged, and able to enjoy life to the fullest? Or do you see someone struggling with memory, mobility, and a constant list of health worries? The choices you make in your kitchen today, right now, are casting a vote for which of those futures you will inhabit. Choosing to put wild-caught salmon on your plate 2 or 3 times a week is a powerful vote for a future of vitality, clarity, and independence. It is a declaration that you are committed to not just living longer, but living better. This isn't about a magic pill. It's about a simple, powerful, and delicious strategy. It's about removing the foods that silently harm you and embracing the ones that heal and strengthen you. So, there you have it. The 4 fish to remove from your diet immediately, and the 4 powerful healing fish to welcome into your kitchen. It's not about perfection, it's about making better choices, one meal at a time. The power to protect your heart, sharpen your mind, and maintain your strength is quite literally on the end of your fork. What did you think? Was the number 1 fish to avoid a surprise to you? Do you have a favorite way to prepare salmon or sardines? Please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your story could be the inspiration someone else needs to make a positive change. Thank you for joining us today at Senior Wellness Advisor. If this video has helped you, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our weekly videos designed to help you age with grace, strength, and vitality. Until next time, stay well, stay informed, and take care.